organizers. So I've been listening to some of these videos after the fact, which I haven't really done much until recently, and realized how incredibly terrible the sound is. So I'm going to try and cover the microphone today. We'll see if that makes it any better. And I actually have a microphone that is a lapel mic that I'm going to find and hopefully have for tomorrow so that you guys can understand me better. But I wanted to talk today about something. Oh, flexibility. So today I want to talk about flexibility. And what I mean by flexibility is your ability to change things from how you have them planned. And yesterday we talked about due dates, and we talked about how sometimes we have trouble with missing due dates over and over again, and stuff just doesn't seem to get done. And how you have to decide on a daily basis if you're going to quit and give up on getting your things finished. It's really cold. And today I want to kind of counterbalance that, because I think sometimes we think things are all one way, and that's just simply not the case. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that I definitely don't teach that. And so I wanted to take today to kind of counterbalance that. Yes, it is important to stick with your due dates. You need to be a little bit harsh with yourself to make sure that that happens, even. At the same time, we did talk a little bit about grace yesterday. So you need to make sure that you're giving yourself that grace that you need. And also, you need to be flexible. So I'm going to give you an example. I have been working on this new mastermind that I'm a part of for the last couple of weeks. So I'm actually 2 weeks behind on my January tasks. And it's only the third week of January. So that's really not very great, right? I'm trying to stand behind this wall so you guys can hopefully hear me better. So I have 3 weeks worth of tasks, the tasks that were supposed to be done this week, plus the 2 weeks that I'm behind, put on this week's schedule, which is a lot and basically impossible. But I had no choice but to try and do it, and I tried to organize it in such a fashion that I have the ability to move things if I have to, or if I have to work late this whole week to get it done, and that's what I'll have to do. But as I was getting ready to do the first task, which was for Monday, I realized that in order to do that task, I had to do another task, or at least most of another task, which I had scheduled for next week. So I'm spending time working on this, and I'm almost to the point where that task for next week is done. But it's not done, and I know it's going to take me probably at least another 30 minutes to an hour to finish it. And I'm like, okay, well, I know that I have a task due today for myself, but I can go ahead and get this task done from next week, and I won't have to try and get in the groove again. So I'm hoping that you guys understand what I mean. Morning, Melissa. If you are watching live, of course, do the hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay for me, guys, so I know that you saw this. For me, I have a certain headspace for different tasks that I need to be in, especially where I'm creating things, like having to write a script. I almost always have to do that early in the morning. If it gets to the afternoon, my brain just won't get into gear. When I'm making something that's relatively new or different than what I've done in the past, same thing. If I'm researching, then I don't need to do that. Then I am capable, even when my brain isn't in its creative space, to do it. Well, this particular task was one of the more creative ones, where I was having to actually think about something and make it happen. And so this morning, as I'm getting to the point where, okay, I finished what I needed to do on this second task in order to do the first task, I realized that it would probably be better for my time management on the whole to just finish that second task, even though that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing today. Because when I start thinking about my time on the whole, for me to get back into the right headspace and remember what I was working on probably would have taken me significantly longer. Now, it meant that the task for today got pushed back by a half an hour, which is not really good considering I'm already 2 weeks behind for the week. But that's where you have to be able to be flexible with yourself. Is it super important for me to get that task done today? Yes. It is very important for me to get that task done today. It's for something that's happening tomorrow. But if I can check something off for next week and it only takes me an extra half an hour, and that means next week won't be so crazy and I won't be killing myself, that might be worth it. So yesterday we talked about due dates. If you didn't catch that video, go back and watch it. I was pretty harsh with you guys about being a quitter and not getting stuff done. But today I wanted to counterbalance that and remind you that you still have control of your business. Just because you said you are going to do something, or just because you have something on your list to get done, does not mean that that is the most important thing and that you absolutely have to finish it. Only you know. I can't tell you if that's the case or not. But I want you guys to give yourself a little flexibility to realize that other things may take precedence. I'm going to give you kind of some ideas of why things might take precedence. Number one, what I just talked about. Maybe you realize you have to do something else before you can do the thing you were planning on doing. And that is going to have to take precedence because you have no choice. You have to do it first. Maybe you realize that there's something else that you could be doing that would actually bring you money over something that you thought was a good thing to be working on. So if you have, for example, for me, this mastermind is a really good way for me to meet new people and make more money, find new clients. That took precedence over what was already on my schedule because that's going to bring me income, whereas the other was not. And so you have to give yourself these opportunities to investigate what is best for you in your business. And in my opinion, most of the time, if not always, whatever's going to make you money is what's most important. So I hope that helps you guys to know when to be really harsh with yourself and say, no, this has to get done. I have no room to go watch TV and goof around. And yes, I need to take a break from this and do XYZ thing instead. And keep in mind that one of the things that may be more important is your sanity. Just because you commit to something does not mean that you are stuck with that. You have full control of your business, and you have my permission to tell someone, I'm sorry, I can't do what I said I was going to do, if that is what you need to do for your own health and your own mindset. And saying no and choosing something that's better is very difficult for many of us. So this is your permission. If you need to, save this video and come back to it later. This is your permission to change your mind. Okay? All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you have an amazing day today, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow, and I will have that microphone, which will hopefully help with the sound issues that we've been having the last couple of videos with the wind. I'm just so glad we get to live our dreams together every single day, and I hope to see you tomorrow.